Good morning. How are you? I'm back. Bet you weren't sure if I was coming back. But no, in all seriousness, I am trying to do these videos and stay with you guys. My video that I posted last just went up last night, so it's not like there's been a lot of time in between. And I don't think I've even checked it to see if anything's going on with it. So I'll keep up with that and we'll talk. So for now, though, I'm going to do my makeup. I do have a few things new. This Natasha Denona, my Dream palette, I think is their newest. I could be wrong. I think I saw something at Christmas time. But it's what it looks like. I bought this for Christmas, and the person I bought it for wasn't like excited about it, so I kept it. And I've used it like once, so we're going to give it another try. Other than that, everything else is pretty much standard, what I've used. Try to mix it up a little bit. Actually, I take that back. This is new. It's the Milk Primer SPF 35 from Beekman 1802 Face Primer. I've used it once. Again, I'm not real sure how I feel about it, so we're going to give it another shot. Other than that, you all have seen about everything. I don't know if you've seen these lashes, LuJo lashes. These are really big. I didn't used to go for big lashes until I had the extensions on. And since I've had the extensions on, or I did and had to take them off, I realized I really do like that full look. So I'm testing out some of my lashes that I don't usually use to see how they work now. That being said, we are going to start, and we're going to start with the eyes. So I will discuss what I'm using as we go, but I thought we might be able to talk about my Mexican trip. It was amazing, let me just tell you. So yeah, I figure we can do both. I have posted pictures on my personal page. However, I will try to add some pictures for you all at the end of the video. Maybe just add them on. We'll see. I don't know. It was an amazing trip. I want to say that. I'm also, after watching my last video, I'm like, okay, Erin, there's a lot you forgot about setups. And even now I'm looking at it going, yeah, this setup is not the best, Erin. So forgive me, I'm trying. We'll get there. I think before I stopped everything, I had a pretty good setup going. And Bowie, I'm sorry. And yeah, I think I might have forgotten a thing or two about it. And I do want to say, if you saw my last video, you'll understand about kind of my spacing out. And I apologize in advance if that happens, because I just now caught myself when Bowie walked in here and was clickety-clackety through the room. I stopped and just stared at him, and I'm not speaking and saying anything. And I'm like, yep, nope, shouldn't do that, should we? So I'll try not to do that with you guys. Okay, so let's start the eyes. I am doing the eyes again. I have been doing the eyes recently. First, I don't know, I just kind of changed up my whole routine, and that's fine. I like doing it first. I can clean up any messes I make, and we'll go with that. So I've prepped my under eyes. This is the Tula Skincare Rose Glow, and get it. They also have this in a regular, not Rose Glow, but not the Rose Glow. I do like it. I tend to put it on. It's supposed to be a cooling and brightening eye balm. I've had it for a while. So I'm going to say when I first got it, I thought it was cooling. Now I don't think it is. And we're going to prime my eyes with some Nars Smudge Proof Primer. Now let's talk about Mexico. So I went with a group of people to Riviera Maya in Mexico. We left September 24th, came back October 1st, and the best part about it, which it really wasn't like it was planned with the group, but my anniversary was the 25th of September, so I was in Mexico for my 28th wedding anniversary, which is amazing, and it was so nice. So I'm going to try to break this down day by day because there was just so much that happened. And I know I'm going to forget. I know we'll probably have to go back and talk about some of the stuff I have forgotten, and that's fine. Just remind me if I say something and don't follow back up on it. Let me know, because again, I don't have notes. I should have wrote down notes. I need to get back into making notes because I feel like it does help in the scheme of things. But we're flying by the skin of our teeth today, which is never a good thing. However, so we left early morning, which I would think is pretty much to be expected because the flight, and the flight really was only 2 hours long, I want to say, 2.5. It was, sorry, we've had a family thing going on. It's been crazy. I should have probably talked about it today, but I didn't. But yeah, 2.5 hours from leaving at the Cincinnati airport and flying into Cancun. And then there was an hour difference. So we're in Eastern time, they're in Central. So really, it wasn't a lot of getting used to. And originally, and I don't know why, but my husband thought the flight down there was like a 5-hour long flight. I just trusted him and didn't think anything of it, didn't look. And my sister-in-law was like, no, it's only 2 hours. So, because we were like, what are we going to do for that long period? It's, you know, whatever. But it wasn't bad. And the flight itself went well. And, you know, we get down to to Cancun airport. And really, even going through customs down to Mexico and back into the States was long. I'm not going to lie. I mean, there was a line and it took a while. But it was it was really easy. And I'm going to say it was the first time my husband and I had ever been out of this country. And there was probably 8 of us total. And I want to say only 1 or 2 of them had ever been out of the country. So it was kind of a new experience for us all. But, yeah, it was a lot nicer and easier than I expected. So I'm just going to say, I'm at this mindset that have passport will travel. So we're already looking for our next location we want to go and things like that. I mean, we've done the hard part. Ooh, which one do I want? I'm going to ask you all, and you're not even on here to answer. But, so I was thinking I'd go with pink, but I think this actually would look better with the sequins. So we're going to go with the sequin color. But, so yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised, that it wasn't crazy difficult to get in and out of the country. Now, obviously, I say that, and I want to specify that, you know, we did everything we were supposed to do, too. We weren't trying to break anything in or break anything out. We had all our proper documentations, everything prepaid and ready. So we were prepared. Now, I'm not liking that it's very sparse. I don't feel like it's, so I'm going to get my brush wet with some setting spray and see if I can brighten that out and make it fuller. I say that fuller meaning it was very, like I put it on and it was almost see-through in places. So that does help. But anyways, so we get down there, and of course we had already paid for our bus to take us to our resort. Now, it was one of those really big travel buses, and we weren't the only ones on the bus. There was a couple stops before us, but really not as many as we were expecting, because when we bought it, it said, you know, could be up to like 5 stops, and I think we stopped once or twice. I don't even really remember. That's how unimportant it was. So yeah, we get to the resort, we get everything out, and they handle our baggage and everything, so we don't even have to worry about that. And they put us, we go into the main room to get our main lobby. This place was just beautiful, and it was an hour from the airport to the hotel, and we were early. Like, we knew we were going to be early, so we all had brought our swimsuits and whatever, thinking we would just go hang out at the beach or the pool or something, right? Well, we get there, and they put us in this main lobby, and we do wait, and that was kind of, I didn't care. Some of the men were getting a little antsy. They hate sitting around, but they were bringing by the food carts and drinks, and there was a bar right outside. So like, we were in this big lobby, and out was a bunch of tables and chairs, and there's an entertainment center straight that they had a couple of shows later on that we went to, and a bar. And we're at the resort, and everything's paid for. So even alcohol, drinks, and everything was paid for, except for just tipping it, right? So of course, about everybody, I'm not a drinker, so I'm just going to say I think I had 2, maybe 3. I think I might have had 3 total drinks for the whole week we were in Mexico. And actually, that's a lot for me. So everybody was hitting the bar except for myself. I didn't drink until like 4 days in. And, you know, we were sitting around, we were eating off this truck. I think I had one little sandwich. Like I said, I'm just going to keep reminding you how sick I am. And it was starting back then. I had been sick for about a month before I left for Mexico, so I didn't eat a lot. So I just want to remind you all that, because it does play in a couple of the things and how I had to react. But anyways, so we're sitting around. I did eat one little sandwich, and I mean just one of those little bitty finger sandwiches. It was really good, but I just knew I couldn't eat more. Everybody else is eating some. They brought by champagne, and I took a couple sips of it. No, did I drink that? Did I take a sip of it? I did take a sip of that. I'm not much of a champagne person. It had cherries in it, but I did take a sip, so I won't count that as one of the drinks I had because it was a sip, but just to be fair. So anyways, we get our rooms, and there's 4 couples. 3 of us were all in the same building, which was great. My brother-in-law was literally like 2 doors down, and the other couple, who was the only couple with us that wasn't related, we were on the 3rd floor, they were on the 1st floor. And then my sister-in-law, they got a room with a swim up. So their room walked right out to the pool. And so they were in the building behind us. So our building, we walked right out. We had the main pool. It was the party pool. And then you walk past that and you got the beach. So we're looking that way. My view from my room didn't have any of that. We had a beautiful room of like jungle trees and stuff, but we didn't have any of the view of the water or the pools or anything. It was fine. You don't really spend a lot of time in your room. My sister-in-law, there was like 3 main pools in this resort, and they were on another one, which was a more quiet, couple-y type of pool. And we spent the day over there with them. It was a very nice pool. So, sorry, I was trying to decide if I wanted to do anything else, and I think I want to stop. And their pool is Kevin. Now, I'm going to pause this because I want to try to find a picture of Kevin. And he was amazing. So you all got to see Kevin. I don't really want to post him in this video, but I want to show him to you. So give me a minute to find Kevin. I'm upset. So my pictures of Kevin are gone. I don't know why. I had sent them to about everybody I know, and I've looked in, I'm still looking. I've looked in what I've sent, and wait a minute. Aha. So there's this video. It's I did for my son, and it's of Kevin. So let me tell you who Kevin is. Kevin is a lizard. He's huge, and he lives on the resort. And he is, he lives close to, look at my eyes, I need to clean that up. He lives close to he lives near the pool that my sister-in-law stayed at with the walk-up room. So we spent a day there trying to find him, and we did not find Kevin, which was very disappointing. But let me show you this little video. That I put together. So Kevin's pretty famous. He's all over the place, and I mean, he's huge. And they told us, why is that glaring? They told us, you know, that all the little lizards that we were seeing on at the resort, which we saw a bunch of little ones as we were sitting there at the pool, were his children, his offspring. So he'd been there for a long time, and he's pretty awesome, and we really wanted to see Kevin. And we even had a group text going on, if anybody saw Kevin, let us know so everybody can go see him. And it was great. He was amazing. It was a lot of fun to try to keep up with him, and we never saw him, but we saw a bunch of cool lizards that were his kids. But anyways, I forget what we were talking about, so I'll just talk a little bit about Kevin. Kevin, he lives at this pool, and he lives in one of the trees, is what the one of the workers there told us. So they have a lot of really cool trees right there by the pool, and you would watch him come down from these trees, and he's huge, and he's still living in one of those trees. So I thought that was cool. That's not wanting to come off. That glitter, which is why I try to do it first. That's very disappointing. Let me try some micellar water. So yeah, we wanted to see Kevin. Kevin is pretty famous. I mean, he was out and about. He was just never where we were out and about. Does that make sense? Because like we would be in line for supper or something, and we'd hear somebody talk about how they saw Kevin. So yeah, he was around. He just wasn't anywhere where we were. So anyways, I was talking about the room. She got the room that was at the walk-up pool that got Kevin. And then we were at the building that we walked out. I mean, it was 50 steps max to get from when we got off the elevator to the pool. And then past the pool, whatever, you walk down a lane, and there was the beach. Now, there was bars everywhere. Like there was a bar in the middle of the main pool, and going down to the beach. I mean, it was crazy, and they had everything. You know, obviously alcohol, but water too, and because you know you don't want to drink the water there unless it's bottled. And we took that to heart. Like we weren't even going to try anything that wasn't. And I say bottled, but it was really odd because at the pool it was bottled. In the room we had a mini fridge that they kept full with beer, sodas, waters, and chips. They called them fridge chips. And every day they'd come in and they'd fill it up, and those were glass bottles of water. So it was interesting. That was a little different. I'm not even going to claim it wasn't, because I took a lot of drops to put in our water to help us keep hydrated, because you know it was hot. It was September, but it was still very, 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 very warm. And so I wanted, and then my husband's a drinker, so I wanted to make sure he had something to put in his system that could help him from hangovers. And so we took the water drops, and I had to save one of my plastic bottles from the pool so I can mix it. Because every night, even though I didn't drink, I would drink one before bed, and it helped me wake up without feeling like so my husband drinks, and I wake up with a hangover. And it's been that way for a while, and it's really unfair. But yes, my husband drinks, I get the hangover. So I wanted to make sure that didn't happen, and that's why, you know, one of the reasons. Plus, I wasn't eating. I wanted to make sure I stayed hydrated because even though I'm not eating, making sure I'm not dehydrated and have to go to the hospital for that has been a #1 priority of mine. So, yeah. So, the pool, massive. I mean, massive. It's separated. There's 2 sides, and it's all one pool. And there was actually a bridge to get over. This side was the quieter side. The first day we were there, we actually stayed on that side. We, you know, we got there a little late. We checked in. We had to get our room. So we were just checking it out, right? And so we wanted to make sure, or we just ended up over there. It was very nice. I mean, we sat out there. I think that first day we watched an NFL game because our teams played that night. So we watched an NFL game, and yeah, I mean, it was just very, very nice. The bar was right there, and then the girls surprised the guys. And the first night we were there, we wore them because they were literally hideous. But we all bought a swimsuit with our guys' picture on it. So we did it there, which was really fun because it was the quieter side, and we all showed up at the same time. We planned to wear them. We all got there about the same time, and we all took off our covers at the same time, and it took the guys a little bit. I mean, it's funny because you could see it when they realized what was going on, that we had these swimsuits on. It was funny. So that was one of the things we did. But so on the second side of the pool is where they actually had a lot of their activities. So they had a volleyball section, a DJ with music, and, you know, on one night they do a foam party, so they fill up with a bunch of foam in the pool. Then they have one night is, I know one of our girls did the bull riding, which was right there, and just different things like that. And every day during the day they had things like aerobics and Zumba, and I didn't participate, but I couldn't help but watching. It was so funny. These people that work it are so into it and dancing, and it was a lot of fun to watch. So you know, music the whole time, and there's food trucks, and the waiters that come by for drinks also, you know, will take your order if you're hungry, and they serve you. I mean, it's amazing. You don't do anything for yourself. These workers were amazing. Now, they work for tips, so we were a very good tipping group. I'm not going to lie. We were. Because we knew the only money we needed was tips, so all of us come down with plenty of tip money. And it was worth it. These guys literally earned their money. They did. So just a few things. Okay, so the second day we were there, which was Sunday, was my husband and I's anniversary. When we got up, I'll have to post a picture, or I'll slide a picture in here. And I had taken a specific dress just for us to get pictures, because they do pictures on the beach. So I'm going to finish this eye and pause this so I can include some pictures that were taken. So they did an amazing job, and what it was is the pictures themselves were free. So the person coming in and taking the pictures, that's all free. You just pay a tip. So we paid a really good tip. Then you buy the pictures. So they had different, you can buy them individually, or you can buy groups at a certain price. I mean, it was a little bit pricey, but this was our anniversary, so whatever. And I'm going to say, this lady that took our pictures, she was amazing. Literally, she was amazing. And I really like her. But they take you around the whole resort, and you get different, which you saw, some different areas And then they take you to the beach and you get some in the water. I mean, yeah. We just had a blast. And I kept telling the rest of the group that we needed to do a group picture like that. I mean, we didn't have to buy a whole set. Each of us can just buy individual what we wanted. My sister, one of my sister-in-laws, she was all for it. She's like, yes, we should, blah, blah, blah. Because it was a sister and 2 brothers, too. There was other family members. My husband has 5 siblings, counting himself. There was 2 more that didn't get to go for various reasons. But, you know, it would have been really nice to get professional pictures done of the group. And we did, and I'll get to that later. So after our pictures, which was pretty early, and I'm glad I brought 2 dresses, because that green dress, which was amazing, and it did wash very nicely. I got it all soaking wet and sandy in the beach, so I couldn't wear it out later. Which I wasn't really sure what was going on later, but my husband said he had something planned, so I knew I needed something, right? Plus, the resort, you know, there was a dress code. It was really, like, we always wore dresses, or I had a pants jumpsuit one night. So, something nice with dress shoes. Men had to wear dress pants, polo, button up, and it was very strict everywhere you went. You actually had to do this. So a lot of people, not my group, but we were in a Facebook group for this Valentine Imperial. A lot of people complained about that, and I'm like, dude, you're in paradise, going to these really nice restaurants. What is it hurting you to dress up? Even if you take one outfit and wear the same outfit every night, what is that hurting? I didn't understand. And even though my husband and I, neither one of us wore the same outfits twice, it was a legitimate question. Like, I know my one sister-in-law wore her same dress twice, and my brother-in-law, I think he wore the same pants. I don't know. But they were trying to save money on luggage, because we used a, travel agent. That's what they're called. And he was absolutely amazing and helped us in so many ways. Like, we really didn't have to worry about anything. But our flight was included, but not our baggage, which is not uncommon. So, you know, we just prepaid for what bags we were going to take, which is fine. But, you know, if they wanted to try to do it with a carry-on, or, you know, it's cheaper if you used a bag under so much weight, whatever. And that's what I think they were doing. And they didn't want to take a bunch of stuff. And that's, like I said, absolutely fine. I don't usually have an excuse to dress up, like really get dressed up in dresses and, you know, go all out. So you can forget it. I was paying extra just to have the reason to get dressed up, like with my green dress. I wanted that, so I got it. But I just didn't understand why people were complaining. I mean, geez, we were in the most beautiful spot I've ever been to, and I couldn't find a thing to complain about. I really couldn't. And that's not to say that there probably wasn't. I know one brother-in-law was upset about something and this and that, but each their own. I personally thought it was amazing. So, what was I just talking about? That night for our anniversary, my husband had something planned, like I said, and I wasn't sure what it was. And to be honest, I really didn't know what it could be, because, you know, unless we were going off resort, which, you know, you can. But I didn't really think he planned anything off the resort. And I asked him, and he said no. But he told me, he said, I do have something planned. You have to be ready by 6 o'clock. They're coming to get us. And I'm like, okay. So until then, because our pictures were early, and they tell you, and to do it as early as you can, because it starts getting so hot. And to be honest, I probably should have had them done a little bit earlier, because we were sweating by the time we were done. So anyways, we got back and we decided to go hang out at the pool with the rest of the group. And we did. We had fun and whatever. And we went back up to the room, got ready, and at 6:15, they came and picked us up. And Chris had arranged a special moonlight dinner on the beach for our anniversary. It was amazing. And love his heart. Okay, so my husband is the most pickiest person I know. So I will say, he expanded his palette while we were there, tried things he never tried before. But when he was planning this meal, he had no idea what some of the stuff was. And he was just, you know, putting together a meal that he thought sounded good. So, like, we started with salmon tartare. He had no idea what that was. It was good. It was the first time I'd ever tried it. I can't imagine doing it on purpose again, but it was good. And then we had this green soup, which I thought was great. Of course, now remember, I can't eat much, so I'm eating a couple bites of each. It was a mushroom soup. I love mushrooms. He doesn't, but he did try it. And then sushi, which I love sushi, but I only eat cooked sushi. This was more like a California roll. It had like cucumbers and no meat, just, you know, cucumbers, cream cheese, or whatever. I thought it was great. He hated it. Our main meal was, he did a pork chop and some kind of smothered chicken. I don't remember. Again, very, very good. Again, a couple bites in, I was done. He did have wine. I'm a very picky wine drinker, and he knows that the only kind of wine I like regularly is a Moscato, but he knows that I am more partial to white. He has no idea about wine. And I don't remember what he picked. It was awful. Neither one of us drank it. It was that bad. But it was the thought that counted. Like, it was really cool of him to really go all out of his comfort zone and do this. We did get a dessert. It was a chocolate cake, and it had happy anniversary. And we got pictures. The waiter and maitre d' took pictures for us with the background of the ocean, and it was dark, and it was just really very nice. He did a wonderful job. So I'll pause here to post some pictures from that dinner. So all in all, he did a very good job. So after then, it was pretty early still. Like I said, we ate at 6. We contacted and found out where our family were, and they were getting ready to go to a show. So every night they had a different show. And that show for that night was a fire dance, whatever. And so we went from there and met them over with that. And that was just amazing. Just a wonderful show. And that's how we ended our anniversary. We just had a great, great time. So the next day, we spent it at the pool and the beach. We didn't go down to the beach a whole lot during all this. My sister-in-law and I did spend a day down there, which we'll get to. But I really want to say, okay, so I talk about the restaurants. They had so many different restaurants. I can't even remember. I know we didn't do Mexican, which, yes, that's funny, and I'll tell you the reason we didn't do Mexican was the night that the group did Mexican was our anniversary. So we never did the Mexican. We actually thought to try one night, and the night we were going to try, they were closed. So, but they had a hibachi grill and sushi. They had Italian. They had a regular like seaside bar with fish and stuff. mean, they had so many different, I don't even know. There was some I liked more than others, obviously, but other than Mexican, we tried them all. And the night that we were going to do Mexican and it was closed, we ended up doing one of the other restaurants twice. My sister-in-laws and I, there was 3 of us, did hibachi and went to the sushi bar. Actually, we all wanted to do hibachi, but it was one of those, that the only restaurant that you actually had to have a reservation, and we could not ever get a reservation. You couldn't do it in advance. So that morning you got up and you knew you wanted to go. You had to go downstairs to the, each building had its own, I don't know, concierge, maybe a way to put it, but they helped you with getting stuff. And you go down, you had 10 o'clock and you get on a reservation list to see if you can get in. I mean, we were down there, or one of the girls would always go down, and we would try to get in, and it was always booked before, I mean, at 10 o'clock when we were there. And it was crazy. So we tried for like 3 days and then finally said, you know what? Crazy. It had to have been good. I mean, seriously, to be that popular, it had to be amazing. But we just were not having any luck. So, we gave up. That's how we, But yeah, that's the only one we didn't try. They also had a sports bar that, they didn't serve food, but you go in, they had, we went to watch Thursday night football. Our teams were playing. And we went down and watched. That night was the night my husband got so drunk. His sister and I were carrying him to the room afterwards. They had little vendors set up throughout, I'm stuck. I'm going to have to pause and unstick myself. Okay, got it. So, they had a churro place. I didn't try the churros. Everybody else did. They loved them. I love churros. I mean, I like churros. I don't say I love them. I just, after eating what little I could eat, I couldn't do a churro. So each restaurant that I was talking about, let me finish. They had an ice cream place and coffee place, the churro place, the multiple restaurants. I think there was 5 total restaurants. Every morning there was a buffet, breakfast buffet. And you would get a variety of local things, and then they had a day they did American themed, and so a lot of options. They had gift shops. They had a jewelry store, which was amazing. A little clothes boutique. They just had everything. They had a church for service. I just so much. This place was amazing. It was so pretty. It was so clean. We would walk middle of the night late, and I never felt threatened. Every night, I think it was after the show. So every night they did a show. So the first night we did the fire show. The second night, no, not the first night. The first night was Saturday night, and we didn't do anything because we were exhausted by the time we got done with the pool and stuff. So Sunday night was the fire show, and I can't remember each night. There was one night I didn't go because I was sick. It was the Circus Soleil type of thing. We saw a Michael Jackson show. We saw a burlesque show. We saw a magic show. Oh my God, the magic show was by far the best. It might have been the 5, because the first night, which was 6, and then the night we left. So yeah, it was just each night, and they were all free. You go in, they had a bar, you get what you wanted to drink, you sit down, you watch these shows. And then after the shows, they would have a live band in the center of, so I said there was the lounge where you go in, you check in, and you can do many different things. Outside of that, as you're walking to different places, there's this big open area with seats and stuff, and that's where they were doing the live music. So we went a couple nights and danced, and then after that, there was a live DJ. Both nights that we went dancing, which I love to dance. I'm a huge dance. I love music. I love to dance. Both those nights, my husband got so drunk it ended early for me. And then, let me think. I know I'm forgetting some stuff. It's just, so as you're sitting at the pool during the day, they have, like I said, waiters walk around and, you know, take care of all your needs. But they also had, oh, we love Dora. Her name was Dora. And she was the hospitality person. And she would come and get to know you and talk to you. And she was amazing. So the first time the group met her, I was not there because I was in the room sick. And taking in our rooms, you had a jet, like whirlpool type of tub. So I took advantage of that. And I didn't get to meet Dora the first night. But the guys, the rest of the group did. It was, I didn't, and my sister-in-law didn't. We both called it a night. She had a headache. I was sick from eating supper. So we both ended up kind of passing, which we eventually met Dora. And she was amazing. Beautiful lady. But she does. She walks around. She makes sure you're taken care of. Anything you need. So like my brother-in-law is a huge bourbon drinker. And she was trying to help him find something. And they didn't have at the resort what he wanted. And he was trying to find something when he went on some of the excursions. And I tell you, everybody that we met and talked with were great. So the guys that we went on the excursion with, which I'll talk about the excursion, but they went on another one and went to Playa del Carmen. I would have loved it because they did a street taco, making your own tacos in, was it margaritas or something? I didn't go because obviously food, but it sounded amazing. But we did do one excursion off, so I only left the resort once. My one sister-in-law, who's my husband's sister, the one that her and I were sick that same night, she went off twice because she did the one that we all did, I'll talk about here in a minute, and then the taco making one, and they got to shop in Playa del Carmen, which is their kind of their visitor, you know, shopping, whatever. So she did some shopping. And then the guys went off one day and went golfing. So they went to the Hard Rock to golf and had a blast. They have these little monkey-looking things. Okay, let me see if I can find them. They're called Kokies. They're not really monkeys. They are more... they are more raccoonish, and they were everywhere. So I've got pictures of them on the resort, and I'll show you a picture of it. And why am I in Florida? I'm in way too far back. Let's go to Mexico. And nope, that's the new kids. That's the aquarium. We're getting there. Okay. We found a really good picture. I mean, they were everywhere. I've got video, but I won't post the video of it. That was one of Kevin's kids. So, I guess I didn't do live pictures. I was going to show you. Here's what they look like. And they're more of the raccoon family. They like to get in trash. They like to steal things. So, and they told them that when they went golfing. Said, watch the Kotie, whatever they were called. It was something along that line. Said they're thieves. They will get in your cart and steal whatever they can get their hands on. I guess the guys kind of took it serious, but not. And they got into their golf cart and stole a bag of my husband's teas and ran off with it. And Chris said, you know, we chased that thing until he got into like the underbrush or whatever, and they were like, I'm not getting into that because you never know what kind of animals you're going to face. But he said that thing stole that bag of teas and just ran. And he said it was hilarious, and it wasn't, you know. For me, it was hilarious because they had been told to make sure everything was secured, and it wasn't. But it was also very sad because the poor guy thought he was probably getting some food, and obviously you can't eat that. So I was like, poor guy. That poor little animal. But, so yeah, they went, the day that the guys went golfing is the day my sister-in-law and I went to the beach. And we had been down there a couple times, mostly just to go down, check out the waves and whatnot. But we spent the day down there. Now, I'm going to say, and I missed this, and I kind of regret it at this point, but it's not going to be any good to regret it. I do have some pictures from Chrissy, who was the group that was not with us, or not related to us. And she got pictures of it, but she got to go down and see some turtles being released where they had been, they're protected, and they go into these, they put all the eggs in the netting, and then when they hatch, they get released and walk down, or, you know, crawl out to the ocean. And she actually saw that one night, or one morning, very early, and got some pictures. So kind of wish I had seen it. And on the other end, I knew I'm not a morning person. Let's just not even mince words. And the way I was feeling the whole time, it was like I knew I wasn't going to go. However, I kind of wish I had. So I'm almost done with my makeup. So I just kind of want to fast forward a little bit. It was such an amazing trip. As a group, we all decided we were going to do pictures together. And like I said, there was 8 of us. And the night before pictures, of our 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them got completely trashed, including my husband. And no, 5 of them got completely trashed. I don't think Josh was. Like, we had to literally carry my husband to the room. And it was the night, it was that Thursday night, because we were at the sports bar and they were watching the game. So we left for home on Saturday. So Friday morning we arranged to have pictures taken. My husband knew better than to back out, so he took pictures. 3 of the others backed out, including my other brother-in-law, or my brother-in-law that was with us. He didn't go get pictures, which, you know, I hated because they were getting, the 3 of them were getting pictures together, but, you know, we took some good pictures. It was my husband and I, his sister and her husband. They've been together 14 years. And my husband's brother's wife, she showed up, he didn't. And we did. We had good pictures, which I will take the moment now to post a few of those. And actually, I say that, but I want to make sure that they're okay with me posting those, so I might not post those family pictures. But they were great. Yeah, and I don't think, there might have been 1 or 2 Chris and I got separately. If so, I'll put them on there. But yeah, I want to make sure that they're okay with me posting pictures. And I have a feeling they're going to ask me not to. So if there's no family picture there, that's why. And I will respect that. I just thought, you know what? Before I say I'm going to, I better talk to them. However, so we just really had a blast. I said my one sister-in-law, she rode the bull. It's just, it was just such a good, I mean, we want to go back. Like, I didn't want to come home. I'm not even going to lie. I didn't even want to come home. But, you know, I did. I'm responsible. Blah, blah, blah. But God, it was a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it. And anybody looking for a good trip and looking at Riviera Maya, call me. Not call me. I haven't posted my number. You can't call me. Send me a private message. That'll work. And I will, I think I just got glitter all over my face again, but hey. And I'll shoot you those details. So, anyways, we will be going back. It was a great trip. It really, really was. So, what else can I talk about? Because I am finishing up. And anybody have any specific questions, let me know. Oh, I gotta tell you all about our trip. So I told you I went off base one day. And we went on I never snorkeled before. It was kind of always been on my list, but I was also all scared of it. But so we decided to go snorkeling with sea turtles. And then we did a cenotes trip. Oh my gosh. So I will insert some pictures of our snorkeling trip now, or just the turtles. It's amazing. So the we did the sea turtle first, and snorkeling. Oh God, it was amazing. And I'm not even gonna mince words. It was amazing. So I'm trying to think if this lipstick wasn't what I was hoping it would be. Might put some this over top of it. But so we snorkeled with the turtles, and as you saw in the pictures, we saw so many of them. We also saw some stingrays, some just beautiful fish. Like I saw Dory and I saw Nemo, and of course I don't know the names of them, but those are the type of fish. Then the cenotes. Now, you swim through a cave, and it was high water. So there was a couple really treacherous places, and it was, I didn't have a problem with it. There was a couple times some of the people we were with got really scared, and understandable. I mean, it really is. But, it was really fun. Cold. Holy hell, it was cold. And but you swim in, you get to see all this really cool stuff, and I mean, it was, and we had the best tour guide. He actually spent most of his childhood and up until a young adulthood in the States. And then he's, I think his mother was Spanish and his dad, I don't know. So he knew perfect English and he knew perfect Spanish. And he was the perfect tour guide. And like, I've actually got, it did not hurt. This dude was absolutely gorgeous. Just gonna say that. Just put that out there. It's nothing I didn't tell my husband and all the girls. We talked about it. But yeah, he was absolutely gorgeous. And so I got his number, so we go back. I want him to do the whatever. I'll probably go snorkeling with the turtles again, even if I don't do cenotes. I will do that. But the day we went snorkeling into the cenotes, then we went and had this amazing Mexican dinner. And apparently the owners of the group we went with, because there's all kinds of different adventure type groups. So the one we went with, I would go with again. And he had his own little private beach restaurant that just catered to those on tours. So we went, we got to eat tacos, and my husband will tell you he ate a taco, you know, authentic Mexican taco. Then we were at the beach. We spent some time at the beach, and just beautiful. But it was an all-day thing, and it was amazing. Amazing. So, I'm sure there's more I'm forgetting. I'm done with my makeup, and I've talked nonstop about our trip. But we got back. The airport in Cancun was quite amazing. But we had to be there so early. So we waited and waited. But the trip back was fine. And, yeah, I was just very sad to be back. I just didn't want to come back. But anyways, we had an amazing time. Again, if you want information on where we stayed and whatever, let me know. I will shoot that over to you. Anything that you want. But I'm going to post a couple more pictures after this. And, yeah. I think I got it all. I'm not 100% sure. But let me know if you have any questions. And if you have any questions on the look, everything is going to be linked, not linked, but listed below what I use. And thank you. Thank you for joining me, for sticking around, for being here, even though I disappeared on you for a few months. And just for being great people that you are. So until next time, guys, goodbye.